So, I haven't pulled the cards yet. I thought I'd wait until we were live and just see if anyone had any questions. If you have, and I missed them during this live, pop them below the live recording and I can answer them in next week's card reading. So, let's just go into here. So, we got some light. So, which cards for today then, guys? These ones. Okay. See that? I'm going to start with my old faves. Just move. Just move. There's so much shifting. I feel like that's. Is there actually, before we even start with the cards, is there anything? I'll try not to knock the screen because it talks. It's on the speaker. Any techies out there that know about Max, it's decided to talk to me, which is wonderful for the whole of this month. Even though it says that it's not on, it is. So I put it on, I get two voices talking to me. Anyway, so is there anything? Guidance. So opening this space, I've just lit a candle. Open this space as a sacred space. What do we need to know about the week ahead, the energy regarding the collective energy, our group, the groups I'm in, for those that view me, and in the highest beautiful. So, all that, every time I ask that question, all that you need to know is within, is always what I hear come back. So, what do our ancestors have to say? Love these. I like the energy of these, and despite how people see things, is there anything that I feel like I need to share? Let's see. No. This is why it's probably a good time to do this when I'm tired. I'm less in the mind and definitely more in the heart. Yeah, okay. What is it I need to know in this moment to share? Those that are watching in this now moment, I would like to. I see these like a tool to speak to the subconscious, the greater part of us. And it is us that's answering this one. The wolf. Winter. Take care of your needs. Not, I don't know if that's just me like go to sleep, me saying I'm sleeping, I need to get some rest. Winter is that time, it means time within, time to go within. They were just saying to me, all that you need to know is within. So spend time in meditation, journaling, time outside in nature, however you connect to being connected to you, the greater part of you, the higher aspect of you. It's the time when we reflect, when we go in, when nature goes within. In the Chinese culture and Qigong, it's associated with the element of water, which is the emotions. So connecting with the emotions. But I'm very visual, and this card to me is talking. I'm drawn to certain aspects of the card at different times, and I'm seeing the web of water and snowflakes, crystalline web. And it's like, you know, when you look at a spider's web and the dew is all on the web, and you can see all the beautiful droplets. That's what I'm saying energetically. It's like the web around you, the layers around you. These droplets can be emotions, but they're the things that are weighing it down. And to a certain extent, they are in its raw state. They are beautiful, spectacular. You look at the dew on a thing, it actually looks really beautiful. And you can see the light reflecting through, but it's the curvature, it's the curvature of the light that allows us to see that beauty and to see through it. So that weight, that heavy weight that I'm feeling, there's this, it's a sense of like there's a heavy weight of emotion that's kind of weighing some people down at what's happening. But what I'm reminded, or reminding myself, or reminding higher self, reminding us to see that actually in the weight of that, it breaks the structures up. It breaks, when it gets too heavy, think of icicles, they can pull down under the weight. Even trees can be like, when it's really, and ice storms and things, that weight can be heavy and maybe bring us down. We want to shake it off to feel the lighter, but also it can break the structures, so that there is a sense of freedom more so. And our reflections and our refractals, like the facets of the crystal, are what I'm seeing is where we need to reflect the different sides of self, the different sides of our own ego, our own self. So not just going within and connecting and seeing from higher perspective, but also seeing the different facets of who you are, who you truly are from within, and then that will reflect out. But when you look at fractals, sometimes if you know, when you go into one of those like halls of mirrors and you see through distortion, and it's a sense of there is a distortion at the moment, that weight is what's causing the distortion. Eventually that will be the cause of the freeing of that, but it's a sense of the challenging things that are happening right now, the deep heart opening things in our world that are happening right now, are to wake those up that aren't awake. Now, for us that are, it can be very heart wrenching, but like I said, the structures then can like break, for it to be the web to be rebuilt in a different way, and almost not needing the web. You can see the dew on other things. You can see the reflectors through other things, but it is what I'm being shown here is also the sense of the wolf. You think of like there's the lone wolf, those that have for a long time that have been on this path, that have maybe felt alone, felt like there's nobody like them. There's a sense of the pack now is there. There's a coming together. There's a clarity and understanding of many people gathering, coming together in groups. And I'm experiencing that in my own life with different groups of people, not necessarily like separate or being different kind of sides to ourselves in each of these groups, but actually starting to see that they're more enriching, that there's definitely a sense of camaraderie and a bringing together, and that feeling of that lighter energy is when this kind of this emotional thing that's weighing down that pinning it down is going to be shaken free. So that's what I feel about this week, sorry. What else from the wolf? A sense of taking, being, no, that's the wrong wording. Not taking advantage, but opportunistic sort of side, the negative aspects of the energy is there. It's like to steal the food, if you like. I'm thinking like in terms of the wolf, and I think they're beautiful creatures, but that sense of like the wolves of the pack coming in on the innocent. Yes, darling. There is a sense of that, a foreboding of that. And I don't like to go down to the negative, the shadow of this, but I think we need to know both sides of that. And as I've been saying, I feel that we're moving out of this two-sided polarity and more into a higher state of consciousness. But that's going to take time. When I asked, like, when will that happen? They're like, this will happen and evolve over the next 60 years. I was like, I want it to happen now. I want it now. That impatience kind of for us all to be at that state. But everyone will, in divine timing, get to that state. But certain things are going to instigate that. And it's different for everyone. It's not the same path. So, okay, enough of the wolf. Oh, the eyes as well. I'm really drawn to his eyes at the moment and feeling like the third eye. We've been working this morning. We were working in the Qigong class with the third eye. Today's meditation, I was drawn to the third eye. And again here, the eyes to the seat of the soul, feeling yourself opening to the seat of your soul. And in fact, they're giving me a meditation to like closing the eyes yourself, and actually as you close your eyes, you open your eyes to your soul, you hear the dialogue, the internal patterns, the way that you think about things through your thought forms and how they show up and what's playing out and what that recording is that's playing in the subconscious. You become more aware of that. Meditation helps us to become more aware of that anyway, but by kind of just sitting with it without judgment. And I had said at the beginning of this month to do the observing and connecting, which is like the 30 days of just doing that and sitting with your own emotions. So I highly still recommend that. That's definitely still saying this is presence, because it's saying this like reflect tools, look within. It will allow for that. Earth guarding is stay rooted and grounded. It's so important at the moment, however you ground. And you can ground in different ways. We visualize when we ground in the meditation, rooting, and you can just do it now, like just sitting, feeling your feet and visualizing roots down into the ground is the most simplest way to ground and to root. Oh, wait, it flashed up and then disappeared. So thank you for your comment. I'll read them later. And hi. And grounding mats, getting outside, but say it's a wet, rainy day and it's muddy in the garden, for example, you can like stand and look out the window, you can watch the rain, just stopping and observing nature and seeing that greenery affects our nervous system in a really positive way. There's loads of research about that. The earth guarding is about that. And again, in both these pictures, you see he's got the web here behind him, and on his staff there's this little, almost like a dream catcher web, and again the third eye, and it's sort of saying to me like higher perspective, this color green. We were talking about the heart today as well, so feeling the heart, and I'm seeing an image of literally of a like almost cartoon like heart with roots grounding down and just breathing from the heart, as if the heart is as it pumps, it's expanding, breathing into that heart space, being in heart coherence, but grounding that energy by feeling it rooted in the now moment, feeling it very much part of earth and nature and trees and green, but also, right, slow down. I can only speak so fast. Green leafy vegetables. Now, I know for me personally, I'm working on remineralizing my teeth, so deeply important for green leafy vegetables. But when we eat the light and that photosynthesis, for some people that's even less food and being more breatharian, like they're more drawn to fruits and vegetables, or to ground. Again, another way as an offset of that, separate from that, is eating root vegetables if you're on that path. But I feel there's definitely a sense of awareness of this is more apparent. The other thing I'm seeing as I'm looking at this card is it almost looks like there's this portal behind him, this swirling, if you look, green around the back of him, and the feathers, he's covered in these feathers with this beautiful green, and he has this green ball. I'm feeling that green crystalline structure as well it's bringing in all colours, and it may not be green for you, it may be another colour that's coming up. I know that purple is a really good colour to work with this month, and amethyst, as well as Maitland, whose is the channel by Jamie Butler, channels Maitland. She suggested grape agate as the crystal for this month to work with for gridding the bed, or amethyst. And I've got amethyst on my grid bed. I've gridded the bed with, but so for you it might be purple, but surrounding and visualizing with those colors, and feel like you're breathing them in when you're doing that heart-centered practice. So that is what I'm feeling. Ground into whatever it is that's coming up. So if you're spending the time, like we said with winter, looking at its fractalization and the fractals of what's showing up from within coming out, and allowing yourself to see clearly, third eye, closing the eye down and see, seems really, really important to see from here, and not with the mind, but with higher clarity, higher understanding, divine being, divine consciousness. Also seeing pituitary glands, and obviously on the physical, the brain. I know this month, because of what I was being shown and energetically being told, I've been working with things that help with the brain, which help with, so for example, with Qigong, you can do the tapping. This can help with clarity, with, right, in the afternoon when you get that little bit of a lull, you can just bring your awareness to here. But when you're doing this, feel like I kind of think of it's like the web that I was saying with the water droplets, sort of shaking off any of that stuff that's weighing you down. Instead, ground in these nice thin, like you've got these wispy roots that are sort of, they can go where they need to, they can go up, they can go down, they're just light. It's not like weighed heavy, I'm stuck, but it's still grounded and rooted very much in an earthly energy. This is quite strange. I'm also seeing a very like ethereal, elf, fairy-like energy that's part of that ancestrally, that you can connect, and that will be very much open. I know around the 20th was a date that we can definitely kind of commune, connect, great to meditate, to prayer, to do sacred ceremony. So that will be when the downloads flow. But I've not really been one that resonates with, it's with the fairies, with the flower, but the essence of the energy of that kind of fun, light-hearted links to the, round here, darling, I don't want you jumping up there. Come on in, you want to sit on my lap and say hi? Oh, you can't. Oh, big boy, say hello. Say hello, Rory. Oh. So, our fur babies, he just wants to walk and see what there's no treats up here. That spending time with them, being out, going for dog walking, cuddling your cats, other ways to ground. I've lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, with the fun fairy-like energy, essence, our little fur babies do remind us to be very present, be in the moment. And there's a sense of like running through the forest and seeing the joys of things, or like little mushroom toadstools and all sorts of like kids picking up, you know, that Easter feeling of the eggs that we've just had, Easter holidays, and whatever that represents. And yes, I know that there are some other alternatives to what it means, and that's coming up for people to kind of to discern about, and through the duality. I say let go of that actually, and go beyond that, and actually allow it and discern what it means to you from the highest good. Because what you put intention to and what your aspect of what it means is what it will be. So you are the one that will dictate that. Anything else from that one? But that's what this portal is about. This is what it's like, a visual, not I'm going to step forward and be in a kind of other realm. It's the close the eyes and go within and connect to those realms, and it maybe see through the eyes within. So you'll see it whilst the eyes are closed, you'll be wide open. Shapeshifter. Transform and unveil your gifts. So this one is a sense of how we can transform. We've got the wolf again here and the eagle's perspective, higher perspective. Allow yourself to see through the animal's eyes. Allow yourself to see through the wolves. Run with the wolves through your dreams. Look down from higher perspective through eagle's eye and feel the leopard within you, the kundalini energy, the snake, what's representing of the wisdom. But fly with the animals, like go with the animals. Like I said, all that fun fairy energy. It's like get out in nature and go and imagine just looking at a beautiful flower, for example, and thinking, oh, you smell so beautiful. Thank you, with gratitude. And then just for a second, as a little kind of mindfulness meditation, think what it would feel like. Take, as we did in one of my meditations, I was saying from, I was inspired by one from Ashel Hanadine. So take your consciousness and like see this light behind the mind, the eye itself, and take it like a ball of light into the flower. What would it feel like to feel the sun, like the flower, that photosynthesis, obviously that green, but even if you're connecting with those colours, feeling into that, and then that will help. So yes, it's very grounded, but it's kind of opening your space. One of the things that I was reluctant to say this because I know it will trigger lots of people because they're getting into this and they're excited about this, and it's like, oh, this is a new thing, and it's like part of circles and become a really big thing. And lots of people I know do this, including myself. But very recently, the guidance from Mama Cacao, ayahuasca, all of these things that you see people, plant medicine, I was getting a message that it's being withdrawn because it's being abused, and it needs to be done in a sacred fashion, and it's being done, but it's kind of more, how do you say, there's a lot more, what's the best way of putting it without, I don't want it to sound negative. I don't think people are meaning to come or intentionally abusing it, but the energy was saying, and nature was saying, it's like it just is, because of the frequency of where they are when they're doing it, and it's not actually benefiting them. And then obviously with what I was doing, I said about the remineralization, chocolate is off the table for that because it's a no-no. And I really want to ask a question to Anthony Williams about, what about cacao? Because he said, oh, I know you all like your cacao. He said, that's a no-no. And when I muscle tested on it, they said the same. And what I'd asked previously about this message that I'd got about ayahuasca and other plant medicines and microdosing, because I know lots of people are getting into all this and it's becoming fashionable. That's the thing. And they were saying that the frequency has shifted, the way it's being produced isn't as sacred. The people that are doing it, so it goes through lots and lots of hands, and how it's created is very important. So if you've got the pure beans, for example, and you're going to make the cacao from scratch, if you want to do something like cacao, for example, have water, have the pure cacao beans. Don't go buying any stuff. You do it from yourself and you treat it with such sacred that it's a blessing. You talk to it with love, and the frequency is imbibed in how it's created. So things like that, and that it's the processing even of how it's grown is what I'm getting at, and that's why nature's saying it's taking the power away from it, because it's already been taken the power by the way it's being treated. So we need to kind of get back to treating with respect these traditions that come, and this came through really, and I was like, there was an anger that come up with this when I asked the question that I was really kind of quite shocked about. like nature can sort of shake off things, and it will do, but it doesn't do that deliberately. And who was it? Amanda Ellis, that's it, she was saying about this, and I thought, yes, I really resonate with what she's saying, and that's kind of hits the nail on something I had said or had been thinking about with the whole earthquakes and stuff. It can literally shake us all off if it needed to be, and it would still be here. That we're here for the planet. We're maybe the neurons of the planet. We are part of the planet, but we are not the bees or the ends. Or nature is this magnificent thing of energy. It can shake that all off. It does things like withdraw that power from things, or allow, where the rivers are kind of getting to a certain state, so we wake up, so we shift. There's like this deep web of how everything works, and this goes beyond time and space, because like I've always saying, like the pack, how time and space works, it goes through the pack, and these are all the layers. We experience it linearly, but time and space is outside of that. So it can shake that all off. So the rivers itself, the whole way that we are with how things are flowing, are going to be cleared. Things are going to come up for us to see, for us to shift. And I feel like this is like us stepping into different, shaping ourselves, shaping how we do things, how we see things. As I said, the shadow, the fractals of all this, and how we see from this perspective. And I'm hearing the words, there are the wolf, look, be wary of the wolves in sheep's clothing. The wolf itself is a magnificent being, and I'm kind of, so that's a bit of a negative, but that's that expression, and it kind of gives the understanding of what that is. So those that are not who they appear to be, or that energy that is not who it appears to be, I feel like there is like the cloudiness, and that's why I'm saying about shake off the depths of this. And remember, I'm also speaking collectively, not just individually, although the individual is micro, macro, we'll expand on that. So anything else from this card? Golden feathered messages. I'm seeing this like that eagle's eye view. I just let me look. Excuse the computer as it will tell me as we go through. It will start telling me if I no, maybe not.
Smart search field E.
Eagle. Oh dearie. Gizzy saying hi. Gizzy, can we just pop you on my lap instead of on there, darling?
Search. Eagles. Smart search field. Eagles Sanatorija Burstone.
No.
Smart search field showing a secure address. Eagles Sanatorija Burstone.
Cuddles, you can have cuddles, but you need to stay off the desk. Eagle. Meaning. I feel like there's something more that I'm missing. Eagle.
Eagle meaning symbol.
There we go. Spiritual.
Eagle symbolism. The spiritual meaning of seeing an eagle.
Oh, wait, I'll say it. Here we go.
Eagles are one of the most powerful birds roaming the skies, with their regal heads, stark beaks, and pensive eyes giving an air of magnetism and importance. They capture your attention as they fly overhead, and it is hard not to stop and stare when you notice one. So, what does it mean if you see an eagle? Eagles represent expansion, strength, a higher perspective, loyalty, victory, power, foresight, vision, and manifestation. Their dominant element of air draws your attention to mental pursuits, inspiration, dreams, and spiritual aspirations. They can show up when you have set your sights on a goal, aspiration, or challenge.
Right.
Open template item page.
Right, hopefully that'll be quiet for a minute. So I feel that, as it just said, I'll let the computer, hopefully you could hear it, is what we're seeing. And I'm going to do Wolf as well. So
Eagle symbol, new tab. Put a smart search field.
So we do Wolf.
Search, wolf meaning and symbolism.
Okay.
Wolf symbolism and meaning, wolf spirit animal and totem. Close. Wolf spirit totem power animal symbolism meaning. Wolf symbolism and meaning is steeped in mystery and power. From ancient times, people have both feared and been fascinated by the majestic. Are you misunderstood? Do you need help learning how to make a stand and yet, at the same time, avoid a fight? Could your strength and stamina use an energetic boost? Wolf, as a spirit, totem, and power animal, can help. Wolf as a guide shows you how to harness your innermost wild nature so you can protect your emotional and physical well-being. Delve deeply into wolf symbolism and meaning to find out how this animal ally guide can support, assist, and inspire you.
Right. One of the... Oh, hang on. It's just disappeared now.
Wolf spirit totem power animal symbolism meaning 1200 times 1200.
And let it finish its thing. Right, so are you misunderstood? Where are you feeling like things are being misunderstood? And do you need help learning how to make a stand? Yeah, you know what I was saying about things aren't quite what it seems. It's the way the wolf in sheep's clothing thing that I meant, and I felt like that was the wrong kind of, it gives that impression of things aren't what they seem. Could your strength and your stamina use an energetic boost? That's what it's just saying about how do you feel like where the vowels are thin, that it's all getting a little bit too much. There's so much energetically in the collective that I feel that the I guess we're like, oh, when we're getting used to these waves, these like hits as they come. It's a bit like standing in the ocean and you jump the waves and you're like, yay, and you're having fun doing it, but at the same time you're like, oh gosh, now I need to, like, when we try to walk back and you try to do different stuff, it's still coming, and the water kind of can topple you if you're not got strong footing. If you get like caught up, it can lift you off, and that's why you need this earthing, that's why you need this grounding constantly, and this will continue. I don't think it's just this week, I think this month, this year, this is always for those of us that are listening to this anyway. The Hermit is the next one. You may feel like you need to be the Hermit, and look again, we've got that little mark on the forehead coming up. It's that third eye energy, opening the eyes, closing your eyes to open your eyes, to see from within. And if you look closely, he has his sacred geometry around in this card. That is so present at the moment. I feel like there's some of you that may need to recharge, me included. I've been doing that a lot more. I gave up putting pressure on myself that I had to do things at a certain time, and realised as long as the stuff was there, and there was a backlog, and there definitely was a backlog, that who was I doing that all for? Why was I doing it? Because I was feeling, oh, if I don't do this for that person, and I realised that there was like one person present that I was doing it for, and it wasn't for me. And at the end of the day, I felt like, no, then it's not what I'm all about, being authentic me. It's being authentic, doing what's right, demonstrating and embodying when we need to take a step back sometimes. So I took a step back. I needed to be there more for my family. I changed the schedules for when I do the lives, so that I could be a mum, be a wife, and do these things for but I still had to make sure, the most important, this little hermit, is to meditate, and you don't need to be sitting cross-legged, but taking the time to connect. In fact, that's what I'm going to finish this reading with. Before we go on, I'll go on to the other cards that I wanted to pull from the other pack, but to finish we will finish with a little guided meditation. So which was the other cards you wanted me to share? Oh, really? Lately, I'm really drawn to this dragon energy. These seems to be the ones that I have been working with a lot. And it just is really beautiful. And the one at the top of the pack, I've just got to read this. I haven't shuffled these. The one that's right there, look at this, he's standing in his sovereignty. Royal blue and gold dragon strengthens you to stand in your power with wisdom. Awaken to your own majesty, the sovereign self. Wear your cloak of power with pride and feel the energy. Like when we do the daily energy Qigong, it's more us being in our energy and that energy for the day. So one of the things like we did today was we had this bubble that was bulging and the different colours. It's tuning back into doing your light suit, which is, there's a meditation specifically for how to do that, but tuning in to feeling yourself being cloaked in love and light. And if it's a feeling like you need cloaking, so I don't feel as though I need cloaking. I feel I stand in my power, but sometimes I feel like I need a kind of the mesh, the filter to filter out some other of that other's energies, because especially like doing readings, tapping into the collective, tapping into a personal energy, sometimes you have to kind of shake that off. So you have to have your own energy that's strong and then tune in. So like, for example, in my teens, when I was first started to wake up, I would walk past someone in the street that was drunk and I'd feel drunk. So I was like, oh, so I was so open, wide open. So but connecting and drawing that understanding so you can still feel the fields of others, but not not carry that so it goes so deep into you. There are times when it needs to, because it's singing at you, because there's something to express, and that energetically you're able to express it. So that's why it comes up, because it's like being a conduit for, or an anchor for that energy to shift it, to transmute it and to clear it. But when you stand in your own strength, visualize rainbow, like a light. White light is all of the colours of the spectrum, and that diamond, crystalline, liquid, plasmic around you, like it's cloaking you in love and light, is like the expression that we use. And feel like it's part of you. Your skin is that, your cells are that, you are that, you be that. So you don't need necessarily protecting from anything, because you are the light, and the light shines the brightest in the dark. So even when the shadow is present, you no longer need to fear it, because we cast shadow in light. And actually that itself, that concept itself, I keep saying, I feel like that's shifting as well. So let's shuffle. What else do we need to know from this beautiful dragon line energy? And I feel like it is the dragon lines that I've tuned into from this, of the earth energy, connected with the guardian presence. Ooh. One. Ooh. And no, that one. Okay, we've had that one quite a lot lately, but we haven't had this one before, so I might read what it says on this one. Air and fire dragon. It is expand your creative energies, harness the creativities, excitement and enthusiasm, communication and passion. Laura, okay, there's one thing I need to say about that, but before I go back to that, there's a huge volcano erupting here. Eruptions, but it doesn't necessarily mean there will be volcanic eruptions. Although the last time I said that we had this huge eruption. But the fire, the passion erupting from you, the creative, the yin energy, which is that really sensual root chakra energy, allowing that to kind of flow through, stretching, nature stretching, but look at where this beautiful orange, it runs from the bottom to the top. It's that rising energy, the coil, and also it's tempered with this beautiful blue, like complementary colours. When we look at crystals, we look for the complementary colours, that generally, like, you go for the opposites is what you're in the need, and you've got that beautiful turquoisey blue, and that blue energy is, I feel, how we can tamper, how we can feel the sea. Really? Okay. Now I'm definitely, I don't know whether that's happened or will happen this week. It's saying eruptive energies under the sea, in the ocean. So some kind of tectonic shift under the plates of the ocean, revealing something, expanding our creativity is how we can tap into connecting to what's being revealed. Harness the creativity, excitement, enthusiasm, communication. Just be at one with that blue turquoise communicative energy, that it's there for us to tap into, but connect to the fire, to the creativity. Again, like I said when I was saying about the flowers, take that light of consciousness, take it down and allow it to connect with the fire, with your passions. Ask creative forces within me, go to your cauldron, your lower dantian. What is it that inspires me? What should I do? Ask, pose those questions in meditation, allow it to come up. Bluebirds, I'm hearing there will be bluebirds. So that's not the same, is it? The White Cliffs of Dover. It's a really funny song title to come up into my head. Blue skies is what the song is, but I was hearing bluebirds over the White Cliffs of Dover. Okay, so maybe that's a sense of the dragon lines around that area, to the continent. So that's something we can look into for sure. I will be looking up whatever that means. But blue skies, clearing of the skies, a clearing of nature is clearing the skies, is what they're clear. That's another thing that's coming through. So don't panic, because I know people were saying to me, and I often get sent things from friends and stuff, oh, this is happening in these lines and this, all this. Nature can shove that off. I'll try and link that video from Amanda Ellis talks about this. If you don't follow her, she's amazing. I love her, big fan, not affiliated, and don't know her personally, but her video this month, she was talking about that, and I think that's definitely worth listening to. Golden, silver, violet flame dragon is the final one here. Transmute the old around you with wisdom and grace. Allow, as the old falls away, sometimes there's a sense of like, I want to get rid of that. I want to be this totally new being, and I'm going to go dye my hair, and I'm going to be this new one. This is me, and like it's almost too much. And that's that excite fire. When I was saying it needs tampering with this blue energy, it needs the wisdom. This golden violet flame energy is different. It's holding a butterfly literally in its hand. It's gentle, but it still has power. It's just like this dragon. If you look at the pictures, it looks like he's got rippling muscles going on. He's got this fire coming up. He's got almost like he's in a what do you call it? A little locket opening up, this shell-like thing of the two, and there's a sense of that circle behind, circle on, and the portal energy it's definitely present this month. So deep essence of golden sun. I'm seeing smoke around. I'm hearing them say the blue skies are going to be clearing the smoke. As the smoke clears, as the veil clears, as the clarity appears, don't be too zealous into rushing off and going, right, I'm going to be this new people. Like there's I'm sort of hearing like, yeah, hold it back. You're not being pulled back. Just be gentle with yourself in your shifts. Think about the butterfly. In becoming the butterfly, it's got a lot of process in that chrysalis that it goes through. Lots of like, oh, even as the caterpillar, it spends all that time munching all those green leaves, and then it becomes into this chrysalis, and it goes into the hermit stage and the meditation and going with him, and obviously then it battles without. And sometimes there's that resistance, which is what creates the how they fly. And so you might feel that come up. So be gentle with yourself, with your own resistance. Amethyst will help with that, help with the intuition to discerning what's coming up, because there is a bit of a smoke screen. Like they're saying that Wolf's Coving, everything isn't as it appears to be. And I've been, this was, I feel like that's a broken record in what I'm saying in a theme, seems to be in every video, but discerning for ourselves and learning to discern, certainly on an energetic level and an understanding and clarity level of our own subconscious, our own thought patterns and thought forms, and how we relate to them, how we shift, and choosing those thoughts, choosing how we interpret those thoughts and our own thinking, but also our own thinking about others and how that reflects that. Remember in the beginning, the fractal that I was talking about and the shadow, that's definitely still there, and shaking it off, those things, or breaking the structures. Anything else? Just the same message about the right and the left brain hemispheres, the silver and white matter at the back of the brain. So feeling and visualizing that expanding will help with that, as you can massage sort of up, back, round and down for the temples, which people naturally do when they have a headache. The crown pull, so in the center, bringing the fingers together and then pulling apart, going all the way down to the back and shaking off. And again, 10 fingers through the dragons, as we say, going through and crossing over all of the meridian lines, the meeting on the Bagua point. So the Qigong facial video is good with that, because you do a lot with oils, you do a lot of head massage and stuff. That would be quite relevant if you're suffering from migraines and headaches. That could be part of your own shifting expansion, and that will generally come on the back of when you're about to have these heavy downloads. So as I said, we're going to do a little meditation, and I want you to envision yourself sitting just like I am. If you're standing, laying, whatever, just even if you're laying down, envision yourself sitting on a beautiful throne, the sovereignty. But we're not going to be in the ego. It's not about lording it over people, sovereignty. It's about being in your sovereign self, seeing yourself, shadow, light, fractals, all aspects, as to you see all aspects of others and love unconditionally. You feel your cloak of many colours, I almost feel like Joseph cloak of many colours, wrapped around you, the beautiful energies of that which connects to the higher aspects of that, for the purest intention of that. Feeling protected and loved with your soul family, your guardians family, star family. Oh, and we're back. Fingers crossed it stays. The internet just totally went and disappeared. It told me there was no connection whatsoever. We're back. I don't know how or when it went though. So I'm hoping that you did get to hear me. As I was just saying before I looked over and saw the internet connection had disappeared, this structure, feeling the sense of crystalline structure at the core, at your lower dantian, like obsidian, formed through volcanic pressure. Feeling that, allowing that, and just being aware of that, observing it like with the eagle's eye from higher perspective, through the sharp, beautiful, intelligent eyes of the wolf. and allowing it to arise. It's there when you need it, that passion. And the other thing that we'll give you for this month, so it's there when you need it. Remember the coloured cloak? It's wrapped around you, but it's like a magic cloak. It's like Harry Potter's cloak. You can put it on and kind of disappear, be invisible if you need to be transparent and only visible for the highest frequencies to see you. If you feel that you need to contract, to become the hermit, to contract within and go within, you can wrap that cloak of love and light around you and know it's there. It's there anyway, but you can kind of just turn it on if you like. By putting the hood up, you disappear, and you just have to do that in your mind, by in your mind. And then the third thing they're saying to show you is remember your sword. So for those of you who follow my meditations, there's a whole meditation on this. So if you take a tap behind, you've got this sword that you can pull up, silver sword of truth, so that you can cut away anything that isn't serving you, for one, but also you can cut any threads, any ties that are tying you up in knots temporarily, just kind of so that they retreat, like you're trimming back an overgrown bush or something, shrub, that's just so it can grow again, allowing that, and cut away and go into that sort of space. Sit with the consciousness we spoke of at the seat of the soul, with the crystal in the belly, and it's with the passion, with the fire. It's there in that energy reserves when you need it. The cloak is there if you feel you need to retreat, and its definite message is to retreat this month a little bit, so that you can transform, shape, shift, transmute, but connect through dreamscape. Go to your astro planes, set the intention for this for the sleep. Say before, know that when you do this, the black cat, or you can see a black panther when you dream, they speak of this. And as I was told in downloads a few months back, it's more than a few months back now, the Black Cat Guardian Order are like, they are the space savers for density of your body when you do your astro projecting, your dreamscape, when you're off doing your lucid dreaming or whatever. It holds the energy container here. It's like a veil of protection, like that cloak, if you like, energetically speaking. And I see them as these huge, beautiful, like cats that are the size of the first floor of the house, but because their vastness in their energy, it's kind of just exponentially, not the like we think of us like this, they're like that. They wouldn't fit into a person, but they're present always. So all my meditations, all my guided, they're there when we do anything. So looking to the north and guiding from that, like a North Star, in holding space for the highest possible timeline and intention. So thank you for your time. Love and blessings in your now moment. I will leave you with our visuals there to hold space, to connect with that, to journal on that. And I thank you. Please like, share with anyone you think would value this. So, and I will see you for tomorrow for our Qigong in the afternoon, and next week. And Meditation Monday is live on this channel under the playlist Meditation Monday. So thank you for your time. Love and blessings. Have a beautiful evening, and now moment, wherever you are, morning, depending where you are in the world. And thank you.